technology, there's so much hope in people like Bill Gates and Elon Musk to come along with some great new technology. What do you think about maybe some breakthrough that's gonna save this? Is there something like that, or something we could look to as a technology hope?
For manufacturing, probably not. Right now, it's a combination of short-run stuff with, say, additive manufacturing machine shops to do the small runs closer to populations, or if you have economies of scale, doing some sort of assembly line. And you really can't speed that up. And if any of the new technologies are coming out, they're going to be dealing with a more constrained labor environment. So again, moving away from the China model. So that probably can't help. I'd say in terms of agriculture, however, there are some really interesting things going on. Genomics, whether it's GMOs or gene editing, at the rate they're expanding, they're probably going to be able to double yields within a decade. And if you combine digital recognition, facial recognition for people, you can now do that for plants. And so a combine with a specific set of tanks on it and cameras can take photos of each individual plant, decide if it's a weed or a crop, decide if it needs fertilizer or pesticide, and in one run, hit everything. So you're talking about things having to do 2 or 3 runs over a field for the entire season, and you're done, as opposed to organic, where it's something like 16, which will never work. But you combine those two, and assuming you can apply the inputs, assuming you can afford them and finance them, which is going to limit the number of places it can be done, to a lot of advanced countries with large row crop fields, you're talking about being able to increase yields by 250% before 2035. That's really impressive. We've never had that kind of expansion in yield growth. But again, it's only works in places that have the financing for the equipment and the inputs. And that means if you have to be in a large row crop environment like the United States or Canada or Australia, or have a government that's really involved in making sure their agricultural sector doesn't break down, like, say, France. So there's maybe a dozen countries that can do that, and that will allow us to feed an extra 500 million, maybe even 1 billion people. That's not enough, but it's a start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.